Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. for the Radiant Mind Meditation with Dr. John Gray, the #1 trusted relationship expert, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. What many people don't know is that John Gray spent 9 years as a celibate monk and the personal assistant to the founder of Transcendental Meditation. During this time, he learned powerful meditation practices and techniques, which he has developed and refined for the last 50 years. He now brings us his resonance, wisdom, and energy every week on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. on the Soul Search Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and YouTube. Join us every Wednesday. Good morning, everyone, and good morning, John. Thank you for joining us for our weekly Wednesday Radiant Mind Meditation with Dr. John Gray. As you all know, Dr. John Gray is the #1 trusted relationship expert in the world, and he is also a master of meditation. And every week, he joins us to support us in reaching higher levels of consciousness and connecting together in the quantum field. So welcome, John. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Tangela. Always a pleasure to have these Wednesday morning meditations at 7 o'clock. I was thinking this morning we would do something along the line of abundance. I'm feeling very abundant today, and part of the challenge of experiencing abundance in our life is feeling worthy of abundance. Although many people feel, oh, of course I feel I deserve. But from one point of view, there's always a place of how much can we receive. And I remember about 40 years ago or 30 years ago when I got the contract with HarperCollins for the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Bonnie and I were so excited, Bonnie, my wife. And the agent said, you've got a New York publisher. I'd already published 2 books, but I hadn't gotten a New York publisher. And back then that was everything you needed to get your book into the bookstores. Otherwise, you're doing it yourself pretty much. And so I remember I couldn't even get an agent, right? And then finally, this agent called me and said she wanted to handle my book because I'd done so well in my other books, just on my own, self-published. And then she said, no, but I'm just willing to retire. I don't want to do it. And then she called back a few weeks later, and I was really, great. If you decide, whatever. But then she went and talked to New York, and there was 3 publishers that wanted my new book, a new book with me. And I was so excited. And she said, you might be able to get $35,000 as an advance. And I was just like blown out of the waters. And then an auction went on all day long, from 35 to 65 to $75,000, $80,000. Literally, I was so excited I was going to burst. I mean, I could really see my ability to receive more was just limited. And then the next day, I couldn't even sleep. I was so excited. My body couldn't receive it. I think we went up to $120,000 or more, maybe up to 160. And I just felt just the limits of my capacity to receive more. And that's what we want, is we want the ability to gracefully receive, feel worthy, feel deserving. And that's a part of creating abundance in our life. That's the psychological, emotional side of it. And what can get in the way, one thing can get in the way, is feeling I don't deserve. And for some people, they've worked so much on affirming I deserve and so forth. But if you're not getting, could be a part of you still is feeling unworthy. So where does that worthiness come from? Well, let's say I do a job. Well, even right now, imagine you are in your job and you decide you're going to go and ask for twice as much as what you're getting paid now, which is usually quite unrealistic. And you could create a little trouble doing that because nobody wants you to work for them if you're not appreciating what you're getting. So you go, well, I'm not going to work here unless you get double. Okay, don't work here because we can only afford so much. But at that time, when you're asking for so much, there's a difficulty in feeling, do I deserve this? that's inside of us. If you put yourself in that situation of asking for more, and well, maybe they don't have it, maybe they won't give it, maybe it's unrealistic. Asking for more is always very challenging. And particularly, I focus on in our relationships. By the way, when you do ask for more in a job situation, you want to point out to your employer, if you have an employer, that, since I've been working here, I feel like I've done this for the company, I've done this for the company, and I've proved myself and I've earned this. And now I provide more for the company, so I should get more. Uh, that is that's getting paid for what you provide, and this is very, very important for us to feel worthy and deserving. But often just to draw in more, you have to have a sense of openness. It's like opening a container to receive more. And there's an expanding of our worthiness as we do something well. So I'm just thinking about, we had a plumber once come to my house and he spent all day trying to fix a faucet. And I told Bonnie, I said, just buy a new faucet. He was like, no, I'll save you money. And she wants to be sustainable. And so we spent the whole day paying someone hourly to fix the faucet. And it didn't get fixed. And yet she paid him for 6 hours of work. Now, if I was that plumber, I could not have charged for that. I did 6 hours and I said I was going to fix this. I can fix this, and I didn't do it. Then I would feel I don't deserve. So this is a lot of where this comes from, is some people would still feel like, oh, I put in the work time I deserve. And they're just looking at one side of it rather than the other side of it. And yeah, they got paid. But basically, for me, that feeling of worthiness is that I deserve it because I earned it. Now, that's my male side. There's the female side of us also has to feel worthy and deserving. And that gets formed by the way people treat us. See, it's literally, if when we're children, we get treated with respect, with empathy and compassion, a feeling of worthiness comes up that I didn't have to earn. And what I feel as a complete person, we need to be on the one side to feel worthy from what we do, but also another one, an unconditional worthiness for the respect that we deserve to have what we need. And I feel like that is the most powerful pulling power, which is the attractive power. That's our female energy. It's the attractive energy. It allows us to attract opportunities into our lives. So we do our prayer meditation, the Radiant Mind meditation. We're going to ask for guidance on what to do. First, what we want. Think about what you want. Let it come from your heart. And then guidance on what my next steps should be. So that's how we earn it. We have to take the steps. One of my favorite phrases from several religions looks a bit like this, which is, take one step towards God and God takes 9 steps towards you. Okay, the way that could be framed for those of you who think of the universe responding to you is, you take the first step, then opportunities start showing up more and more. But we have to always take that first step. And so we pray for guidance for the right step and the motivation to take that step. Then what we do is now we imagine having what we want and feeling deserving of it, feeling at ease with it, feeling comfortable with it. That's in sales, that's called a yes set. A yes set is if you're selling someone to someone, you say something we're not manipulating, we're just talking about the ways to make people at ease, to feel comfortable making the right decisions. But you point out, okay, you want this, and you go, yes, and you want this, and yes, and you think about this, yes, and what I think I could do for you, would you like that? And they go, yes, well, now would you like to do this, hire me for this project, whatever it is. So they get in the role and at ease and comfortable saying yes, because saying yes is, a little challenging. But the idea of a yes set is when I was visualizing this success, and when I say visualize, I mean imagining, okay, just imagining. Sometimes people get in the way of, I don't actually see it so clearly. You want to imagine it. So when I was doing my meditations for Minute from Mars, it was based on its success, other successes I'd already imagined. It's hard to imagine what you can't see and what you can't feel. So you have to create some experiences of one step, another step, another step. And so I was teaching my classes for many years on gender differences, starting in the early 80s. And, people will be amazed by it. So I had people saying, this is great. This is wonderful. People are sharing their ideas with me in response to my ideas. And so I had this experience of this is helpful for people, people telling me it's helpful. So then when I went into imagining my book being successful, I imagined people reading this book I wrote and saying, oh, this helped me so much. And this helped me so much, even though most of the things I was imagining from were coming from my workshops, but that was the reality. As I had to sort of get a glimpse of that reality. Now I know a part of, for me, my abundance thinking is that when I was growing up, a nice middle class family, we just didn't think about money. I never thought about money. I didn't think we were rich. I didn't think we were poor. There was just a sense of there always being what we needed. And that was an attitude of abundance that my mother had very, very clearly, which was that you can't always get what you want, but it's like the Rolling Stones song. But if you try sometime, you can get what you need. Well, that was just the way she lived. That was a place of grace. Grace is the awareness that we always get what we need. So in terms of getting what we need, to have your needs empower getting what you want, what I want is to achieve this goal. Now I'm going to attract in the opportunity, the people coming to my life to support me in that. So that's our drawing power, because you could have your male energy of look what I can do, but your female energy needs to be there, which is create the opportunities for you to do those things and to do them more successfully. Very simply put, if I want to teach an audience of people, I have my skill in providing for them, but I need to be able to attract an audience that I can be of service to. Well, for me, that was my books, be able to attract people who would read my books. And continuing to do that visualization for many, many years as it was on the bestseller list until, I was quite happy being on there for over 5 years. And then moved on to other things in my life where I went to wellness and healing and all these other things. But I still, of course, am a marriage counselor. And for my clients, I will imagine, a call for guidance inside myself to help guide them, say the right things and whatever, and then imagine them being more fulfilled and happier and successful. So we can do this for other people as well, not just ourselves. So we'll do a little bit of that in this meditation. So I think people are wandering in now. It might be a little late. We're going to get started here. One of the ways to anchor ourselves into meditation is to close the eyes and then we'll connect with our breathing. So just to notice your breathing. And that will center us into the moment, because our mind can go to the past and the future quite easily. That's okay. But right here, we're going to center ourselves in our body, just being aware of our breath. And as you breathe in a nice little deeper than usual with greater awareness, and hold it for that amount of time, and then exhale it. And breathe in again. We can try doing this together. Breathe in. And hold it. And breathe out. And breathe in. Hold it. And breathe out. And breathe in. And hold it. And breathe out. And continue that process where you're just breathing in, holding it until your body just wants to exhale on its own. Just getting in tune with automatic, natural, at ease awareness. In doing this, we align ourselves not only in this moment, but as a group. Because as a group, our power to attract is greater, all aligning ourselves with one intention. And our intention today, generally speaking, is greater abundance in our life, whatever that would look like for you. It could be increased opportunities for success. It can be increased money flow. It can increase drawing into your life the people that can help you. It could be in your relationships, drawing into your life a partner that loves you. If you're in a relationship, drawing out of your partner their love, their affection, their warmth, guiding you of how you can self-correct yourself in your relationships. when I do counseling with people and in my books, my general philosophy is that when we can adjust ourselves, we can automatically get a result in a relationship. It's so clear. In the world, it's not as quickly. It doesn't always happen as quickly. Sometimes it does. But in a relationship, this is generally very, very, you're more connected to someone. The more connected you are, the more they will change in a positive direction when you change in a positive direction. If your positive change is based upon making the right shift in awareness, not, for example, for women not to pursue men more, but to allow men to pursue them, learning how to be receptive to that. For men not to wait around, but to take the risk and assert yourself, to pursue. These are your male and female energies. The male energy is to pursuing, and taking action. The female energy is to be receptive, which has an action part of it, which is to ask for support, put yourself in the situation, to feel worthy, to feel loving. The most attractive part of us is to feel trust, to feel acceptance, to feel love and appreciation. When you're feeling love and appreciation and accepting what is and trusting that more's on its way, that is your feminine power to attract more. Every man has it, of course, every woman has it. And our challenge is to access that power. Our male power is the power to be motivated, to take risks, to make the right decisions, to learn from our mistakes, to self-correct ourselves, and to move forward. Those two forces together, we want to align within us. So now we've sort of explored a picture where we're going to go today. Let's begin our meditation as you've been connecting with the breathing. Put our hands up in the air. And it's just a way of acknowledging higher power, calling upon God. Our hearts are open to you. God, open our arms wide. Our hearts are open to you. Hands back up in the air, just slowly moving them. The slow movement of the body also, like connecting with the breath, brings our awareness into the more subtle awareness of the energies that are around us and within us. Dear God, our hearts are open to you, arms moving out. There we go. And bring the hands back up. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. You know, those of you that have seen or practiced Tai Chi, much of that is correct posture and movement, but slow movement. The slowing down is what increases our awareness in the now. Arms are wide open. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Please come. And this is just anchoring this prayer into our body. Hands on the shoulder height. You might see how this position is for those that don't do this regularly with us. So those are the first three movements. Hands up. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Please come. Come into our awareness. Now, a lot of this is we're using words to awaken our subconscious mind, which is more like a primitive, superstitious part of us. The more conscious, aware in the moment might be more scientific, more be analytical. You might have a different definition of the divine, but the subconscious mind is a force outside of us, which we're calling to us. But in the conscious mind, that force we're awakening within us. So our hands are by our side, just different perspectives. And then we bring them slowly together into like the prayer position. This is intention. So today, bless us in this meditation with greater awareness, greater consciousness of what actions we should take. Help guide us today in our lives with the right impulses, motivations, desires, and wisdom. Give us signs, give us wisdom, give us intuition to help guide us to achieve our goals. And open in our hearts a willingness and openness to receive more, and an ease and comfortable receiving more. We deserve more, we deserve love, we deserve abundance. And the opposite of that is letting go of any feelings of guilt or shame. Because when we feel guilt and shame, part of us is feeling, oh, I didn't do a good job, I don't deserve more. Or if someone did something cruel to us, ironically, we often as children in our childlike brain, we go, well, if they treated me that way, I guess I don't deserve better. I guess I don't deserve to be loved. I don't deserve to have attention. I don't deserve kindness. I don't deserve. Basically, we can only feel we deserve what we get. That's how we can know, what do I get? No, that's deep inside of us. That's based on our childhood experiences, based on our history, and sometimes based on our family history, parents' history. What do we feel we deserve? Maybe sometime you've ever felt, you've seen somebody with something, and you feel like, well, they don't deserve that. That's the part of us that says to ourselves, well, I don't deserve more. And sometimes it's fear that keeps us from feeling our worthiness. We're afraid of asking for more in our relationships. They might turn us down, and then that would hurt. So to avoid feeling that hurt, we don't ask, we just do it ourselves. And particularly for women, one of the challenges is asking for what you need in a relationship that would make you happier. Men want to make you happier. In the beginning, the practical steps I talk about in my books, but here we're just doing the therapy, the self-healing, to open ourselves to receive more, to feel we're worthy of that. And take one step and another step, little steps, building up that yes set, building up that set I can have, I deserve, I will. So we'll do as we're doing this, you're noticing your hands are tingling more, our attention goes to our fingertips, our palms. And we'll do one slow movement again, the first 4 moves. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Please come. Today, fill us with your love and light. Open our hearts to receive more. Bless us in our lives with the right support and the inner guidance to create more in our lives, to create abundance, abundance of love, abundance of money, abundance of health, abundance of friends, whatever you're wanting in your heart. And put our hands out in the open position like we're offering to the universe today. What are we offering in our imagination? The frequency we're offering is, imagine a stack of gold bars. Just imagine that. Big stack of gold bars. You're offering that up to the universe. Beautiful gold bars. You're offering up these gold bars, and imagine the energy in your palms and your hands just activate even more. Imagine the sun shining on these gold bars. And gold is representative of abundance. It shines, it never tarnishes. It lasts, and is pure. Many unique qualities. Just imagine we're going to use the frequency of gold. This is why throughout time, holy people, kings and queens, they always adorn themselves with precious gems and gold because they want to be resonating in that frequency. And if ever you're doing this meditation at home, you can actually take out some gold, a golden ring, golden bar, whatever. Just imagine offering that up to the universe, using this frequency to draw in greater abundance in our life. Maybe you want to create 10 gold bars, 20 gold bars, 30 gold bars. Just imagine that all those gold bars in front of you, you're offering this up, meaning using this frequency Fill us with abundance, with love, with light. Some people are very spiritual, have a hard time receiving financial abundance. It's like, how can I ask for money? That seems like so low level. It's so selfish. You should only be praying to help other people. They don't deserve to. It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing to ask for money. That will just keep money from coming into your life. Abundance, money is beautiful depending on what you do with it. But if it's what you need, it's pure. And if what you need is resonant with your goals, which are pure, so what is it that you're wanting? Then your need comes from that. And what do I need to have that? Most of us in our lives, we're wanting to help be successful and helping the world, contributing in some way. We're wanting to have love in our lives. We're wanting to be successful in giving love. Just feel that part of you that wants to be friendly, wants to be kind, wants to be helpful, wants to make a difference in the world. So that's our offering. Imagine we're offering gold using this frequency. Fill us with your love and light. Fill us with abundance. And now the next movement is hands go around and come down. This is the message for this is right now, using this gold, fill us with your love and light. Right now, hands coming down, fill us with your love and light. And at each stage, the intensity of tingling or warmth or energy or feelings of radiant light in your hands of light. Just imagining that right now, by your healing angels, using this gold frequency, fill us with your love and light. Right now, using this gold frequency, fill us with your love and light. All of your bars of gold in front of you. Imagine 4 big stacks of gold. 11 bars in each stack. 44 bars of gold. Using your angels, using this gold, send your angels, filling us with your love and your light, with abundance in our lives. Opportunities to receive more. And now turn your hands open like this, with a feeling of your prayer has been heard, because your body, you're feeling the energy. The energy of abundance is coming to you, of wisdom, of opportunity, as you relax and just feel the energy flowing, the openness to receive the energy, which is already flowing into you, but an awareness that that energy is flowing in. And just notice how much energy flows in. Drawing the energy in, relaxing, effortless. You're just noticing the energy is already flowing into your fingertips, into your hands. Imagine that energy now flowing to your elbows, or notice that it already is flowing to your elbows. And bring your awareness to your shoulders, the energy flowing from your fingertips to your shoulders. This is where we set the scan, set the stage to scan the body, not just with awareness, but imagining the energy flowing from the fingertips to the palms, to the elbows, to the shoulders, and now to the heart, center of the chest. Imagine your heart radiating light, filled with light, awakening with energy. Energy flowing from your fingertips to your elbows, to your shoulders, to your heart, and now to your lungs. Just put on a little smile, smile into the organ of gratitude. Imagine like seeing an old friend, happy, delighting in their presence. As you reflect on the energy flowing to your heart, to your lungs, now to your liver, all those places, just waking up. Just like you feel if you were to see a friend, happy to see them. Happy to be seen. And let your awareness expand over to the stomach, the left side of the body. Thanking the digestion, all that whole system of digestion, which starts at your mouth, it goes down to your stomach, goes down to the intestines, all the way through the intestines to the colon. Just let that all fill with light. Thank you. Let it go to the kidneys, behind you, backside. Let your whole body be filled with light and energy. And this is very healing to the body. It supports a higher consciousness, a more pure consciousness, a more abundant consciousness. And ultimately, the abundant consciousness that draws in more is feeling grateful for what we have right now in our lives. Even to be grateful for the opportunity to do this meditation together in a beautiful group of people like mine to resonate in that, along with our gold frequency of abundance, our 44 gold bars in front of us. Using this gold frequency to awaken all the cells of our body, open to receive abundance. And that same feeling of having a birthday party, knowing people are giving you presents, you're a little child, being excited to receive a present. As children, we have no problem feeling worthy and deserving. That excitement is the anticipating of getting what we deserve. No resistance to receiving. Enthusiasm, excitement, happiness. I can have what I deserve. I can have what I want. Gratitude is it right now. I have just what I need to take the next step in my life, to receive more, to create more, to do more. Feeling gratitude. Let the energy flow down to our knees, from the pelvis area to the knees, all the way to the ankles. And sometimes you won't be able to feel some area of your body. Just notice you're not feeling it and you're aware of it. That's all. Let the energy flow now to your soles of your feet, to your toes. Wiggle your toes a little bit to bring awareness there. And let the energy flow up from the toes, top of the feet, to the knees, all the way top of the legs, down, back to the base of the spine. And from the base of the spine, we're going to slowly move up the spine, a couple of inches, a few more inches, a few more inches. We're behind the navel. Imagine the light flowing up the spine, Now up to the solar plexus, up to the heart center, the center of the chest. And there, rest for a moment, just radiating light. Imagine you're like a light bulb radiating out. Or as your light radiates out, the universe reflects that light back with opportunity. And let the energy now flow all the way up to the neck. Actually, tuck your chin in a little bit, straighten your posture. Energy flowing from the base of the spine all the way up to the back of the head, now into the brain. Filling your brain with light, healing energy, wisdom. Let it flow from the back of the head to the forehead. Going right through the center of the brain, lighting it up. And now going from the left ear to the right ear. Lighting up the brain. And from the meeting point, the pineal gland, the center of the brain, let the energy flow straight up to the crown of the head. And right now, with our gold frequency, imagine a beautiful ball of golden white light or a crown of light on top of your head. We're going to bring the energy all the way down. Remember, the energy is coming from our fingertips to our shoulders, to our torso, down to our legs, up the spine, filling the brain with light. Now coming down from the crown of the head to the forehead, to the tongue, touching the roof of your mouth. Let it rest there. To the throat, to the center of your chest, to your belly, to the base of the spine. That awakened energy of the crown of light flowing down your body to the base of the spine. And from there, let it go back up. And let it come back down. And this time, as it's coming down, imagine it going up at the same time, creating a circle. And for some, this can be a good enough meditation to start the day. Just body scan, circling the energy for a while, feeling the energy flowing in. And then we can add to it this middle meditation. So we're feeling what we want in our lives. Imagine that circle energy flowing out, coming back. As energy flows, it can flow more and more and more. And we have certain blocks to that energy flowing. Blocked energy can be released most easily by recognizing that all these blocks that we have to receiving more come from the past. They can come from the now too. They can also come from the past. We tend to repeat the same things over and over as patterns. The more we can go back and see where it started, the more efficient we can be in letting go of the blocks. So to increase greater worthiness, let's go back in time. A little journey as you're feeling the energy flowing in your body. You can move from the present to the future to the past. Going in the past, recall a time when you made a mistake and you felt bad. You felt regret. What happened or didn't happen? What do you wish could have happened? And just give yourself permission to feel that regret. And some people walk around saying, I have no regrets, and that's good. You're in present time. There's nothing to regret in present time. But to open our hearts to receiving more abundance, let's go back to those times when, for a brief moment even, we felt guilty or we felt regret or we needed to self-correct ourselves. Ooh, I made a mistake. Recall a time in a relationship when you said or did something that hurt your partner and you feel guilty about it at that time. Or when you reflect on it now, you can feel, I regret that. I wish I hadn't said that. I wish I hadn't done that. And recall a time when you made a decision about money and it didn't turn out well. You wish you hadn't said that or done that, or made that investment or spent that money, and you feel regret. It's the time just to focus in on feeling regret. Usually when we feel regret, we go a little deeper, we feel guilty, we feel shame. Oh, I should have done it differently. Sometimes we get mad at ourselves. To the extent that we've been punished in our lives, we often get mad at ourselves. Say, you don't deserve. You can't have that. You don't deserve that. Go back to another time. If you can go back further, something that you regret. It could be a little thing even. I'm going back to a time where I was maybe fourth grade, third grade. And the bus was there to pick us up for school. And I couldn't find my homework. I was so upset. The bus driver said, come on, come on. I said, no, I can't come. I was so frustrated. I felt so bad. Recall a time that was painful or difficult for you. Maybe it could have been a time where you regretted something that you weren't even responsible for. You felt sorry that your parents were arguing or fighting, or you felt sorry that someone had died. Sometimes we become a little confused. I remember one time when someone stole something from me as a little boy. I felt really bad. And then the solution, that my brother had taken my new Christmas Day red bike. My older brother, wanted to borrow it, and it got stolen. I felt bad. And my parents decided that, well, having a new bike is too dangerous here, so we'll just give you a hand-me-down. So I never got the red bike. And that's feeling regret. I regretted that. So as you're awakening all this energy in your body, we're going into the what's often called the astral body. We can call it psychological terms, the limbic system of the brain, where they store these memories. We're going to go back to that time where we were feeling bad or we were feeling less than. It could also be somebody else had more than you and you felt less than because you didn't have that. It could be embarrassment about the home you lived in, embarrassment, you didn't make good grades. I remember feeling so confident, so deserving of making an A. We had a spelling bee. I thought I was going to win. And I couldn't spell the words as good as other kids. I felt so bad. Just connecting with that part of us when we feel bad or we feel regret. What do we need at that time? As little children, what we need is a mother or father who says, it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. It's all right. I love you. It's okay. We all make mistakes. It's all right. It's normal. It's just an experiment. We're all learning from the results we get, learning that we don't have to be perfect to be loved. We learn that by either being loved when we're not perfect, or loving ourselves after making mistakes. The more love we receive as little children, the easier it is for us to forgive our mistakes. But as adults, we're capable of giving ourselves that love and support because we've developed our brain that knows everybody makes mistakes. No one's perfect. And that actually, when you were growing up, you needed more than you got. Most parents don't understand how to raise their kids. And part of our karma is to have parents who don't know how to raise their kids. It opens the door for this journey of personal growth. We search inside ourselves to heal the blocks to receiving more, to receiving this abundance that comes with the golden frequency of 44 bars of gold. Using those bars of gold, fill our bodies right now with a golden light. As we offer up our feelings of guilt, our feelings of shame, offering up is affirming that we deserve to be loved, we can be loved, we can move on in our lives. Sometimes we're really hard on ourselves. You're so stupid, we say to ourselves, or now you blew it. I remember the first moment in my life where I felt shame and guilt. And I can remember as I went to my Cub Scout meeting, there was a cute little boy, and the older boys were teasing me with sticks. And I turned to run, and I ran right into a pillar and knocked out my front 2 teeth. It didn't really hurt. There was some blood in my mouth. I just went and washed it out, unknowingly washing out most of my front teeth. I didn't even know I had big chipped teeth front. And my mother was picking me up. She was so happy to pick me up in the car. And I went, "Hi, Mom, I had a good time." And she saw my front teeth. And her reaction was, "Oh my gosh, my precious little boy, what happened?" She didn't say those words. She just said, "Oh, what happened?" But her expression was, "Oh my gosh, my precious little boy, what happened?" And I felt that, and I went, oh my gosh. She said, what happened to your teeth? I said, well, Mom, don't worry. They'll grow back. And her expression, she said, oh, sweetie, those teeth don't grow back. And that was that moment where I realized, oh my gosh, it was permanent. There's nothing I could do to change it. That's how we often feel. We make mistakes. It goes on our record, so to speak. We can't change it. Well, in a big spiritual sense, everything we do goes on our record. What we put out comes back to us. But God's grace is that when it comes back to us, we can choose, if we have wisdom and awareness and love, how to react in a new way. And that new way is forgiveness. As we learn to forgive others, we forgive ourselves for not being perfect. As we forgive ourselves for not being perfect, we can forgive others for not being perfect. So right now, as we're sending the energy of shame and guilt, imagine that just going out into the golden bars, letting them draw out the natural frequencies, drawing out of us the shame and guilt. And our simple prayers take away the blocks inside of us, the shame or guilt or regret. Take it away. Dear God, by your angels, draw it out. Using these gold bars, the frequency of gold, take away any blocks to receiving love and abundance in our lives. Take it away. Right now, just give yourself kind of a sense of awareness of energy flowing out. Energy flowing out through your fingertips. And as the energy flows out through your fingertips, be aware of the base of your spine. More energy is flowing from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Letting go of the dark energy of shame and guilt, embarrassment, and the fears of being rejected, the fears of not being loved that come from that shame and guilt, the fear of being unworthy, the fear of not being liked. Take away those fears. Take them away. Affirming that we deserve to be loved just the way we are. And with that, imagine the energy flowing out to your fingertips, into the gold bars, drawing the energy out. And now pull the energy back. And this time, drawing in fresh energy. Energy flowing out. We're drawing back fresh, positive energy. Take a deep breath, just drawing energy of ease and comfort, relief, happiness. Draw that energy back in, imagining getting what you want. How would it feel? Taking away the darkness and filling up with the light. And let's take a few moments to reflect as we draw the energy back. Feeling our desires for more in our lives. What do we want? We want abundance. How would that look? Greater success in your company, in your business, in your job. More love in your life if you're single. Find someone to love you. In your relationships. If you have an intimate relationship, imagine feeling restored in your willingness to love your partner, to forgive your partner, to begin again, growing and loving together. And feeling they deserve love, just like you deserve love. Think about their own vulnerable child inside, always afraid of not being loved, and send that love to them. Feel that part of you that deserves love. And as you're drawing energy in, just continue pulling the energy in. Imagine drawing the energy in. Imagine them. Imagine going back in time to that inner child, saying, you deserve to be loved. I love you just the way you are. It's okay. It's all right. Everybody makes mistakes. I love you. Feel the part of you that needs to hear those words, that needs to be reassured that you are loved, that you're not alone, that you're not going to be cast out. That things happen and they're there for a reason, and we grow from them, we learn from them to make our lives better. And everyone goes through this process. And that right now we're doing exactly what we need to be doing in our lives to take the next step. It's right here. The opportunity exists. God's angels surround you now and support you with courage and a feeling of confidence and worthiness. I can have, I deserve to have, I want to have. Drawing that energy in, and then now sending that energy out. Imagine having what you want. What does it look like? What's happening? What are you doing? What are other people doing for you? Imagine it happening. Your next step. And 10 steps away, what is it you're wanting to happen? And how does it make you feel? And affirm those feelings now as we begin to close our meditation, feeling the energy flowing back to us as we send it out, and flowing back to us as we send it out, circulating the energy. Affirming, I'm at ease and comfortable. I am abundant. I attract success. I am successful. Imagining, have success. How does it make you feel? Feel relief of letting go of fear that it wasn't going to happen. Just letting it go. Imagine having what you want. Imagine people coming up to you. I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad. You deserve this. People looking at you with new levels of trust. I believe in you. I love you. I'm happy for you. And in that happy state, a grateful state, look back at your life, feel grateful for all the lessons you learned that have taken you to this place. And we're going to finish our meditation with a simple affirmation. I feel at ease and comfortable. I'm happy and grateful. I'm happy and I'm grateful and I'm proud. I deserve to be loved just the way I am. I deserve to have what I need. I'm in this world to make my dreams come true. Right now, I'm in the process of making those dreams come true. We're going to finish up now. Take a deep breath. Feel at ease and comfortable. When you're ready, open your eyes. Or when I count to 3, you open your eyes and feel refreshed. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody. Had a nice meditation, a gold meditation or 44 bars of gold, but it's just drawing that energy into our lives, that frequency of abundance. Felt good to do. I wish you all having a great day today, an abundant day. Someone says, thank you so much for your beautiful work. Lots of love and prayers from Egypt. I'm one of your Mars Venus family. This are Mars Venus coaches, I think, probably. Yeah, there's Hoda. Hi, Hoda. So nice to connect with you. Just everyone think about us connecting with Egypt right now. People from around the world are tuning in, meditating. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, says Chris. Soon Tangela will come in. Evie says yes. There's Tangela. Did you have a good meditation?
Yes, that was really beautiful, really powerful. Thank you so much, John. Definitely felt all of that golden energy and golden light. I see we have someone else commenting from Colombia. This meditation feels amazing. Thank you, Mr. John Gray. Hola from Colombia.
Oh, nice. I remember going to Colombia. What was unique in Colombia that I'd never seen before is they had buses going through town and people were having parties at night on the buses. You could get on and drink and dance and play music. Quite wild. Fun place.
So thank you, John. That was beautiful, very powerful abundance meditation. I'm definitely going to practice that again. I can, but I can feel my cells vibrating with that golden energy.
Yeah, it's quite nice. And I was able to do a little processing and experiences of my childhood. And I've done those before, but you can always do them again. You go to a deeper level of awareness. It's like part of the whole process of healing the past is, particularly when it comes to your childhood, is if you can remember painful moments, then you could ask yourself, and what did you feel before that? Because the person feeling the pain was a child who was totally innocent and deserving. And that's where the pain comes in, is when we're feeling that some part of us goes, oh, I guess I don't deserve it. It's like me wanting to win the contest, thinking, oh, I'm going to win the contest. See, that's my authentic self. I can have, I can do, I will. And then, oh, I'm a terrible speller. This was bad. It was a shock. This is my first time I feel like I want to cry. I struggle so much from the past and feeling worthy. Thank you. That was Colette. I'm so happy with that. It's just feeling that tender child inside. And so you go back to those moments and these meditations, and you just give that child the love it didn't get then. You give it now from your higher self or from your adult self. You become the loving parent who can be there for the child. So that's healing the inner child process as well, which increases our focus on abundance. Evie says, beautiful, and thank you for acknowledging that we don't need to be perfect to be loved. Yeah, that's such a key counter message to everything we hear and we get, because we get so much support when we're perfect or when we do well, and then when we don't do well, we don't get support. So we just assume that if I make mistakes, I don't deserve to be loved, and those are lies. We deserve to be loved.
Yeah, that's huge, John. I think because that's the message. We're not getting this message from the world around us. So
that's right. I would have mentioned for any of the young parents of young children. I just watched Lauren. She's read this book called Hunt, Gather, Parent. It's a whole way of raising your children. Now, my book, Children from Heaven, is also a big part of that. Is it's okay to make mistakes, but a big part of that for a child is to realize you don't make a big deal out of it when they do it right, and you don't make a big deal out of it when they do it wrong. It's all natural and normal. So there's an awareness there. And often children who do really good at something, like maybe they're good at piano or good at this, they become so afraid of trying new and different things that they won't be good at, because they're used to, oh, if I'm really the best, then I'll be loved. That was a big part of my childhood. I think I was really good at certain things and afraid to try new and different things because I couldn't be as successful at that. So this is, we have to just recognize our blocks, and then we move through them in our lives patiently, trying new things if that's the case. What I did with that red bicycle story is when I grew up, I had my mother come visit me in California and buy me a red bicycle. It didn't have that big of an effect. The more thing was the emotional processing of it, but it was still fun to do. And ironically, I never rode the red bicycle. It was just, but it was symbolic, you know. Your generosity is infinite and appreciated, says Somo. Somo's happy to have you here. So why don't we make a few announcements?
Sure.
We're doing Santa Cruz coming up soon.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining the meditation. If you are in the Bay Area, John will be live with us at the Soul Search Santa Cruz Enlightenment Expo, September 28th, 29th. So you can register at this link below. If you're not in the Santa Cruz area, you can also tune in for the live stream, because we do live stream all of the talks. So you can actually attend John's class and hear his presentation on YouTube and Facebook as well. So definitely tune in with us there. And we are still ongoing with John's Relationship Mastery class. It is our 5th week this week. So we'll be having 2 more classes live this week, today, Wednesday, and next Wednesday. But you can still sign up and join us for the live sessions, and you'll have access to all of the replays. So if you're interested, you can go to the link right there.
I just went to marsvenus.com, and I went then to events at the top of the page, and that's where I see Mars Venus Relationship Weekend, Marin County, October 4th to the 6th. So people can learn more about that. They can come spend time with me in person, and we work together on making our relationships and our lives better. I also see there's a Mars Venus workshop in Dublin, Ireland on October 27th. For any of my folks in Ireland who might be listening, it's October 27th, and that information is available at marsvenus.com. I want to remind people that my favorite supplement of all, I used to have 40 supplements I recommended at my website. There's a lot of information out there in the world, but there's one that people don't know much about, and that is what I call elemental orotates. And it has the synergy of certain minerals and adaptogens that makes your life stress-free very quickly. Particularly for people who have ups and downs, you'll notice more stability right away. If you don't have that ups and downs, you won't notice that much, but it's still very good for you in terms of regulating stress, as well as some of the ingredients have proven to grow brain cells. So if you want more brain cells in your brain, try taking the elemental orotates. Orotate is a substance in mother's milk, and it binds with different elements. Elements are minerals. So it carries those minerals into your brain. Most of the mineral supplements don't make it into the brain. And so this is very, very helpful. The most active ingredient in there is lithium. And the doses that I recommend, there's no possible side effects. If you do what doctors would recommend with lithium carbonate, you'd end up taking 500 times the dose, and there would be side effects. Because anytime you take a salt 5 times the dose, 500 times the dose, you're going to have side effects. So this is really good for balancing moods. And some people just go, this is like a miracle. Other people go, I'm noticing I'm feeling more at ease and comfortable. I feel more positive. I have less stress. That's one thing. But some people just go, wow, I'm just like in my body and grounded. I'm not living in the past. I'm not worrying about the future. We want to be like right here and everything's okay. So that can help for sure, along with our good relationship skills, along with our good healthy diet. And I'm just, I've been doing this program with Isogenics. It's a product that we recommend that has enzymes and protein. And I put it in warm water at 100 degrees, let it sit for 45 minutes, has a profound effect of converting the protein into amino acids, which are the precursors to all of your brain chemicals, which helps stabilize your metabolism. And then you can lose weight if you're overweight much more efficiently. How are you doing in your program there? Tangela?
I'm good. I'm actually doing the program that John has recommended. So I'm doing good. Both my husband Charlie and I are doing it. We have lost a lot of weight. I've lost probably 13 pounds.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, I've definitely noticed a big difference. Obviously, the weight coming off, but also my energy levels, my mood, my ability to focus, um, my skin. So, definitely seeing a big difference.
So I just noticed we have a link in there for people who want to just order the products that we recommend for this, because the proteins that we recommend, uh, most protein powders don't have these particular ingredients, which have the whey protein, a little bit of milk solids as well, along with enzymes, so that when you put it in 100 degrees of water, that's just warm water basically, and you let it sit for 45 minutes, it incubates. And then when you absorb it, your brain gets over 90% of the amino acids, as opposed to 10 or 20 in other protein powders if you don't incubate. So that's something people can learn from. If you want some personal coaching, if you go to marsvenus.com and go to our customer service, or just simply our, I'm looking at my page here, and if you go to the bottom of the page, I don't know why I'm not seeing the bottom of the page, but anyway, somewhere on my website, you can contact us. And that's odd that, oh, here I went to the bottom of the page, and somewhere down there, there's a contact us button, and I'm not seeing it. Sorry to be so unorganized here. I should know my website better. But
It's okay.
you can find on the website, contact us, and you can get some personal coaching on using these products, because there's more than just taking the protein powder drink. You do that first thing in the morning, you do it before bed, you do it instead of one of your meals. You'll start losing weight very quickly. And then you can do 2 days. After 5 days of that, you do 2 days where you're having protein soup. So you're putting less calories, but you're still getting that protein in your body, so you don't feel hungry. And you do that for 1 or 2 days, and that accelerates the weight loss and then stabilizes it for the next 5 days, where you're doing 2 to 3 shakes a day. I just love it. It makes me feel good, gives me energy all the time. So it's something, if you want to lose weight, then you do those 2 days where you're just doing the liquid protein. You build 5 days before, so it's not like, oh, I'm fasting and I'm feeling tired or whatever. Usually you feel pretty good. Sometimes you feel great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really notice a big, I have a lot of energy. I don't feel like very weak or famished or anything like that, even on
Right.
the clinic days.
So I'm looking on my website. There should be a place on the website where you can say contact us. Oh, there it is. I just had my screen down too low. At the very bottom of the page, you can hit a button that says contact us.
Okay.
And you
Oh,
just
I
say
see.
you want to join in. I
Here,
have
let me get there.
and
I'll put that exactly.
it's an email you send in to us, and we will get back to you and give you feedback on how to do this program.
There
And you
you
can
go.
order, yeah, you can order those products by the link that we have. It's with a company called Isogenics, and it's the best product I can find that has the good proteins. They're undenatured whey proteins. That means they're not heat pasteurized. Most things are heat pasteurized, and there's not a lot of life in it. So you use the undenatured whey. You get the 5 different enzymes. You put it in the water. You drink it, and you have an elixir. This is the elixir that helped me when I had Parkinson's disease 25 years ago. Helped me to restore optimal brain function, which I have. It went away. But at that time, I didn't have this program. It took me a while to figure it out. But I was doing $10,000 1 week IV drips of amino acids. And it's an expensive program. It helped anybody get rid of drug addiction. There were people there who were addicted to cocaine and smoking and sugar and all these addictions. And OxyContin was a big one. And right there in the room with me, these people having all these heroin addiction. And we're all getting these IV drips of these amino acids. Everybody went off of their drugs without side effects. And that's now a lot of drug centers will use this amino acid therapy. But you don't have to pay $10,000. You just pay for the shakes and and incubate them, you'll get even better benefit as far as I'm concerned, because it's all natural. It's not coming from some chemical process. It's just enzymes, milk products. And I know a lot of people think, oh, I can't deal with milk. You can if you digest it. And what this does, it pre-digests it for you. And it's dramatically low, just a tiny bit of sweetness in it. It starts out with, I think, a few grams of sugar, but those grams get used up in digesting the proteins. So for people who can't do high sugar or whatever, no problem there either. And it tastes delicious. It's surprising to me. It's sort of bland once you incubate it, how good my brain likes it. It's a sugar rush or something, but there's no sugar rush. It's a different kind of feeling. My brain is wanting it. So everybody can benefit from this. It takes a little power. You got to set your time for incubating. What I do is I make 2 shakes at a time. And so I can just wait 45 minutes for one, but then the other one's ready for lunchtime. It's already made. And after I finish one, then I make another one to incubate. And it can incubate 5 hours, 6 hours. You can do it for an hour, then put it in the refrigerator and keep it there. So you have them there ready. And they'll last a long time. So, a day or so, that's all. So anyway, that's an amazing gift we can give to ourselves. I think, and I did mention the October 4th. That's my course coming up. We've got Santa Cruz coming up. We've got our class tonight. And everybody, if you're looking for more good support for your relationships, always marsvenus.com. We've got our classes there. Our most favorite class people get the best feedback on is my daughter Lauren's class called Understanding Men. Amazing class. Women love it. It's for women only. But I suggest if you've got a man in your life, you watch it together. It's really fun. It's very funny and very insightful. Also, we have the Secrets of Great Sex course there I teach, which people can take that class as well. So those are some of the things we offer you. And have a great day, everybody. I'm really happy to look forward to these meditations together.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, John. And thank you all for joining in. If you would like, you can join us tonight for class 5 of the Relationship Mastery class, where John will be speaking about biohacks for your relationships, communication skills to bring out the best in your partner. And you'll also have access to all of the replays. So thank you, John. And thank you all for joining. You can always watch the replay of this meditation and every Wednesday Radiant Mind meditation if you go to soulsearch.io/meditation Radiant Mind. The link is just below. And I really encourage all of you to go back and redo these meditations because you can get more and more out of them every time. So, John, thank you so much for being here with us. It's beautiful.
This is our 44 gold bar meditation.
Yes, our 44 gold bar meditation. I love it. That's what we have to title it.
Very good one. I'll just share one little quick story about gold. What people also would do traditionally would offer gold to the deities or whatever and to nature. And I've done this thing I do all around the world where I've been. I plant gold everywhere. So I can go to all these power spots, because if you leave gold in a spot, you'll never forget. At the lake shrine, I have diamonds in the lake shrine. I ground them for hours and hours, put a lot of energy and effort in it, and then offered them into the water there. This is the Yogananda Lake Shrine. So I can be there in an instant. My hands just turn on. I was in Egypt with my children, and you can get those big balloons that travel. You go in a basket in a balloon. And I ground up gold that night before, and I was going to offer some gold into the river, into the Nile, to always find my place in Egypt next to the pyramids. And so I arranged to get him one of those balloons. And I said, now I'd like it to go over the Nile so I can put my gold into the Nile, offer it to the sun. It was gleaming golden in the sun and offering it to the water. And the guy said, it doesn't go over the Nile. We can't control where it goes. The winds go into the desert. And well, lo and behold, it went up. It went right over the Nile. And just as a symbol from nature, this is my story. I'll just say, the balloon not only went over the Nile where I did my offering, my little children had them all throw gold into the little sparkles of gold into the water and say a prayer. But then the balloon actually goes over the hotel we were staying at so we could look down on our deck. This was like saying the winds were responding to our request. And then it landed in some field where then they got really mad at them because you're not allowed to do that. I said, well, we can't do anything about it. And they had to pay money because we landed in some farm field. Anyway, so that was quite one of these little miracles in life. It's a synchronicity. Things just tend to happen when you're thinking they're going to happen, however you want to look at it. But there's that's just like it making an offering where you give of something to someone. And it can also just be doing something nice for someone, really nice. You'll never forget that moment. That's why we get married and have a big ceremony, is that you put a lot of energy and effort into something special where you make a commitment. When you make that commitment, your heart is filled with love. You put a lot of energy into setting the whole thing up. All these people are there. Then you make a commitment. And at times where you're sort of being tested to, I'm going to give up on this, it's too hard or whatever, you can go back to that moment. It's a place you can go back to by keeping your commitments. I made a commitment. Now, by keeping my commitment, it brings me back to the day where I made the commitment. And that's a day where our heart was really open. So having a commitment in marriage and following that commitment, even when you're being tested and tempted, or I'm going to give up here, or I'm going to, not try anymore, that kind of a thing. You try again. And why do you try again? Because I made a commitment. I gave my word. And you go back to, what was the day I gave my word? You're going back to this day when your heart was so open and you had so much anticipation and you had so much belief and you had so much worthiness and you had so much forgiveness and acceptance. So we bring ourselves back to these moments. It's another way of anchoring ourselves in our best moments. So this is an extra little reason why commitment in marriage is so, so powerful, as we can anchor back to those moments of our best times, because our best times are where we are aligned with the balance of the masculine and feminine side of us, and we're connected to the divine coming through with love and light.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, John. Thanks for that. And yes, we can revisit these meditations every day and go back into this energy together. So thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you all for joining. We hope to see all of you again next Wednesday. Definitely invite your friends and family members to join us live or watch the replay, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you so much. And thanks, John.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, all. Thank you. Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. for the Radiant Mind Meditation with Dr. John Gray, the #1 trusted relationship expert, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. What many people don't know is that John Gray spent 9 years as a celibate monk and the personal assistant to the founder of Transcendental Meditation. During this time, he learned powerful meditation practices and techniques, which he has developed and refined for the last 50 years. He now brings us his resonance, wisdom, and energy every week on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. on the Soul Search Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and YouTube. Join us every Wednesday.